Hey guys, it's Steven here at Little Bears Models. Today is Wagon Wednesday, and I am going more in depth on showing you guys how to do some things. Because my phone, since posting that one video that I would be covering tips, a lot of people have been asking. So here we are. On this is it's 91 to 96 Caprice. So I went ahead and primered the body so you can see where I gotta work on stuff still. You can see that I didn't get the trim from the Ultra Nomad sanded down all the way. I'm gonna show you gotta cut the front bumper cover off because derby cars don't run with bumper covers. I'm gonna show how to crease, getting this quarter panel bent down, like the window ledge bent down, and then crease it. We'll cut this back a little bit to make it look more accurate to a taillight panel. I still gotta fix a few spots up here. This will be ended up sanded down because I want to have that creased and beat down. Still got a few little spots here to fix. I gotta fix this A-pillar from where the 94 Caprice is a cop car. So you gotta sand that, cut that off, sand it down, fill it in. So it's a regular A-pillar. Fill in these holes, I think, because a 90s Caprice, if you look at them, does not... Okay, it has those holes, but they're not as... If you can see in this, they're not as prominent. So I'll fill in that square on that and make it less noticeable. It'll still be there because it does have a hole for the mirror. So that'll be less prominent though. I'm going to drill out these door handles, door lock, door handle. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the time to completely cut out all this yet. We'll see how the build's going. But I'm not doing a full build on it today. On this, I'm just going to cover the creasing for the most part on how I do that. And we'll cover what tool bit or what bits I use, what Dremel, which my Dremel's not the best, but it's what I got at the moment. We'll cover that, and then I'm gonna do a pull and see if you guys think I should remove the tailgate or leave it. So there's that. On the frame, I'm gonna mark, so I'm gonna have to cut all this off to make it look more realistic. Always cut out the gas tanks because derby cars don't run with a factory gas tank. And then I'm going to do another pull. I kind of want to do this like an old school early 2000s outlaw car, and I want to leaf spring it. I'm going to see if you guys think that would be cool or not. So we're going to go maybe leaf spring or leave it coil. I think leaf spring would be cool because that was a lot of what they did early in the early 2000s with these. And it made a huge difference. The A-arms, excuse me, I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this all off yet and make them lowered or not yet. I think I might just leave it factory for now and just lower the wheels. But we'll get into that. Here's a 3D printed engine cradle from Wins 3D. The small block came in a parts lot. Ed did not print this, but it is a small block Chevy with a 4-barrel carb. That'll be what I use for it. And then these are Ed 3D printed headers that I will be using on this build. And I will be using his wheels. I forgot to get those out. And then this is the rear end that's going to be used as a... I think it's called a Punisher. I'm not sure. But... So... Stick around, and I'm going to show you guys how to do some of this stuff.
Check it out. Check it out.
Alright, as you see, I did quite a bit of sanding on that. That's got quite a bit down. I still gotta cut this tail light out, the tail light, to make the tail light tray. Gotta drill these out still, but I end up using my Bondo glazing putty to fill in these little marker spots, so it now looks more flesh like how the real cars look. Used it to fill in this little gouge where I took out the, I forget what those are called, the little lights, the spotlights. Did on this side. Got this side pretty sanded down. It looks like I need to hit it a little bit more. So the car that I'm using for reference, they cut this lower part of the quarter panel off. I'm going to do that also. So that'll still be get cut out. I gotta cut these taillights out to make them more realistic. Or, not, well, yeah, realistic. I'm probably not going to fill them in yet until I crease it. And then I'm going to use the plastic and I'll go through and fix that. But, so with that, here's some of the tools I'm using. I use this file for filing that window post down a little bit. I use this quite a bit on bigger parts. Like, I'll probably end up using it on this to clean up these fenders. I call this the bone saw. I don't know what its actual term is. I've had this for 3 or 4 years now. It's probably due for a new one. It's kind of being dull. Because I used to be able to not even do that and I'd flay my finger open. Using a X-Acto knife. This isn't my normal one I use. I'm not sure. I think it rolled onto the floor. I haven't picked it up yet. So I use that quite a bit. And then I use Sharpies a lot. But so it's about to get noisy. I'm going to do a time lapse. I'm going to mark these I'm going to Dremel this tail light out, and then I'm going to go through and mark each line for the creasing. So stick around. Alright, so in the time lapse, you'll see me using this caliber. So on creasing a derby car, you want to make sure that the crease stays very straight with each other, or your car in real life will bend all funky. Like, it'll give it different pressure points to bend. So with that, you want to try to keep your crease all level with each other. So I'm gonna crease this down the middle right here, and then I'm gonna put another crease right here in this edge. So and then I'm gonna fold these lips or windows down. So you'll get confused for a minute, because I'm gonna do the inside on folding these windows down. So what I'm doing is getting the plastic thin on here, so I could, when it's warmed up, I could just push it down, so it retains this edge still without deforming it completely. You can do it by heating it up, but you take the risk of melting a pillar or something. So with Dremeling it, you could heat that down, or use the heat from you burning the plastic away and just slowly push it in. So let's try to get this done. I will be using a few different bits. I'm going to use this for taking the initial down, and then I'm going to go through with, I'm going to use probably this ball socket one for taking down this right here. I'll probably use it on that damage there. And then you could go through and use smaller ones for the edge here. Yes, you gotta be careful, because now this is tapered. So you can take it away too much, or it'll make it uneven. So I might not end up using that one. This one will be a good one to just go through, like hold the blade like this and just go through. So just watch and we'll get there. So while doing that, I was putting too much pressure and I end up snapping it. So what I use is what is called sprue goo. I use Tamiya extra thin, or their thinner for their paints, and I mix it with sprues. The sprue that your model comes on, I mix it, and that's how I make my glue. So this broke here. I want to put that together. You can see it's now down. I got it. It's paper thin in the back, but it is now down. So I'll use this, and this dries pretty fast. And what this does, it melts the plastic together. You hold it for a few seconds, or for a little bit. There we go. And it usually like fuses it together pretty quickly. But with doing this, I will say, wear safety glasses. I'm wearing my regular glasses, which work pretty good. And make sure it's an area that you can clean up pretty well, because this is a very messy job. So, just a warning, it does hurt like hell if you get the plastic in your eyes. So I really recommend wearing the goggles, safety glasses of some sort. And slow and steady wins the race on these. If you go too fast, you'll burn right through it. But if you do burn through it, with how this is a straight panel, you can add sheet styrene behind it and fill it in. That's how I did on the orange and white Sadagan build I did. That's what I used, because I ended up burning through in a couple different spots on the creasing on it. It's just that you're not going to do it right the first time. This is actually my only second time doing this. Or third time doing this. So, but it's just one of those, practice on junk bodies. It's one of those that if you don't try it, you won't learn it. I recommend, like, you can get junkyard lots off of eBay of just junk bodies for like $20. I recommend doing that and just practicing on them. And who knows, you might in that lot get lucky and get Caprice bodies or rare cars. But don't give up before you try, basically. But we'll let that dry, and then I'm gonna get this side creased. Alright guys, well, I end up burning through. This is, I think, looking pretty rough. I want to primer it. So when doing this, you do want to primer a bunch so you can see where you're at, what the material's looking like. But so far, I'm not very happy with this. It was looking good for a minute, and now it's looking pretty rough. But let's see what it looks like under primer here in a minute. Alright, well, it's not as rough as I thought it was, but I didn't follow my line very well, and it slopes down. It's workable, but I'm not too happy with it. I still gotta get a little bit of that area. I will put more plastic behind it. I need to get this one quite a bit sharper, where it looks more like a point. Then that, yeah, looks like garbage. But it shows you guys how to do it. This is, like I said, I'm no professional. I'm trying. I'm gonna work this quite a bit, and I'll probably end up adding two layers of plastic behind it back there, so I can get this crease to look quite a bit better. But it looks okay, I guess. But yeah, let's see how it works. See if I can get it fixed up better. Hey guys, well, I basically got the body done. There's a few spots I'll probably go back over, like right here. I'll try to get it light up. I went ahead and creased the front fenders. Ended up accidentally breaking this one in half. Can't even tell. But I will say there is about 4 hours of video coverage. I didn't get to cover the front fenders because my phone ended up dying. Like, I'll end up having to go through and fix that. But, so, I know this isn't the greatest. The creasing's not the greatest. But you can see how it's done. And it should help you be able to crease on your cars. So this is how I crease. There's other ways to do it. I've seen people where they use tea light candles, and heat it up, and then they use like a pin and push it in. This is just how I know how to do it. Yeah, like I said, it's not the greatest, but I'm doing what I can, trying to do it kind of quickly. But I think I won't leave it. I'm not happy with it, but it's what I can do right now. Like I said, the more you do it, the better you get. This is only like the third time I've done it. But, so, like I said at the beginning of the video, let me know if you think I should remove this or leave it. Give me some build color ideas. I got that. I got my buddy ran one that was green and black. I want something a little bit different. Give me some ideas. I'm not going to use the interior tub that I've been having sitting with it. I got to looking at it with as much work to make this interior accurate, or not accurate, but closer to what a stripped down interior looks like. I gotta basically cut everything apart, so it's just better to start from scratch. I did get a fresh frame pulled out for it. Got it marked where I'm going to cut the gas tank out, cut this all off, and then we got a derby car. Like I said, I'm using the 3D printed engine cradle, engine, probably wheels and tires, and front bumper. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to scratch build a back bumper and show a video on it. But like I said at the beginning, let me know if you think I should leaf it, put leaf springs on it, or coilovers. I might end up still doing leaf springs because I'm wanting to do leaf springs. This build is not being based off of anything accurate. It's just me having fun and enjoying the build. But so there's that. Let me know if you got questions. Let me know if I was stupid and did it wrong. I don't care. Every comment, like, dislike helps. Well, maybe not dislike, but I hope this can help a few people, new beginners at the derby model world. So have a good one, guys.